Carol. So we do this format of the show. We've been trying to keep a little bit more scripted, at least segments.
You should not give this impression that we're that professional.
We're not. We're definitely not professionals.
We don't want to set any expectations that we are not going to meet.
We are 2 levels below amateurs, and but we are trying to stick to the announcements and the sew along, and then show you some products, and hopefully we've got a show and tell. I think
2.
So anyway,
2 very cool ones. Okay,
hi, Darlene.
so and I have a show and tell for that one. This is what they're doing next week. Ruffles. Who doesn't love ruffles? You don't have to put them on a pillowcase.
Not the potato chip one.
Well, those 2. But so in the class they're doing a pillowcase, or my grandmother used to call them pillow slips. But yeah, ruffles can go on everything, and should. You can put jackets. I mean, there's nothing the ruffle will not work on. Bottom of your pants, shorts, aprons, everything needs ruffles. It's like having a tiara. You should just have a tiara and wear ruffles all day long.
Everyone should have a tiara.
Well, just the ladies.
I do believe you said that. Well, yeah.
Okay, so that's Surgery class. They're having a lot of fun. It's a great class. Kimberbell March is Saturday, March 12th. This was their last project. It has these little pineapples. I don't know how well you can see it. I'll try to hold it still. If you can see the... So I'm working to hold it still, and Robert's moving the camera. But it has the little pineapples all over it, and it's lined too. How cool is that?
Yeah. Show the lining again. We've had a lot of questions about lining and pictures and stuff.
It's got a zipper. I think this is a special kit from Kimberbell. So you buy these already sort of pre-made, and then you get to sew them together after you do the embroidery. AccuQuilt Club, that is this Thursday. And we are on month 2. And I have been having fun with a 4-inch cube. That one is done with an 8-inch.
I gotta tell you, she's been sewing like crazy.
It was my New Year's resolution. One of my New Year's resolutions was to sew more. It makes me happy.
And those little 4-inch cubes
make me really happy.
You should see this. It's gonna be really cool.
It is gonna be really cool. So
teaser.
So we're doing the AccuQuilt Club project is using the 8-inch cube, so it's going to be 86. So I decided, why not? Just make it. I had some leftover fabric, not enough for an extra kit, but enough to do one in the 4-inch cube. So it's going to be 43 inches. So, and it's going together pretty well. So that is Thursday. Ad Astra Quilt Shop Hop is, I think there's more than 10 shops now. March 31st through April 1st and 2nd. So we will have some specials on our side. 9 o'clock to 6 o'clock, March 30th through April 1st, and April 2nd, which is the Saturday, is 9 to 4. And I have a list of then
Ramaseo. I hope I said her name right. Got to meet you, Barb.
AQS Branson is March 23rd through the 26th. That is at the Branson Convention Center. We will be there with Sewing Machines Express, and we will have Janome, Juki, Elna, Arrow, and Viking. And we have, I think, 3 classrooms that we're sponsoring. Janome is the sponsor for the show, so be sure and come down and see us. AQS just puts on a great show. So if you can't make it to Paducah, I mean, you can't get a hotel room in Paducah.
Well, we'll be having fun.
We will be having fun. Come see us.
Come have fun with us.
Yep. Okay, so that's it for the announcements. Shall we start on our block?
I think so.
Let's move this out of the way.
Are we
So,
transition?
yeah, we can do that. So,
I don't know. We just have to, I don't know.
okay. So we're trying out new stuff here. Hang in there. Spend it looking at new and cool stuff. So we are using, sorry, I have to grab the pattern, die number 4, 5, and 16. 16 is one that doesn't get used often. We use 5 all the time. 4 is pretty easy, but it's this kind of weird shape. And so there is a trick to cutting these. And in your kits, you'll have 12-inch of the blue, you'll have 12-inch pieces of fabric. You're going to cut them down to 6 inches. I've already cut this one. And so once you have that done, and we only need one, so I'm only going to cut one. Once you have that done, you are going to cut these again to 6 inches. And I'm just going to go straight from the salvage, and then I'm going to trim the salvage off. Let me flip it over so I can see the salvage better. Because I want 6 inches here, and I have a 6.5-inch ruler, so we're just going to cut squares out of this. You can do 6 layers with this, but 4 is what I'm going to work with tonight, or 2 layers. We're actually going to cut 4 shapes. I'm going to trim this salvage off. And I'm keeping track of my salvage side. We're going to fold this cornerwise like this. Still keeping track of my salvage side. I'm just going to lay that right there so I can keep track of it. And then let's bring this over. So we have our die. We're going to take this triangle that we've created. So all we've done is fold this over, spin my die around. And so you're going to cover up this die just like this. Okay? So you're going to take your triangle. You're going to match up these corners up here. And then I'm going to kind of look here and line up that edge with that die like that. I'm pushing down on top of the fabric a little bit to make sure that my edge is covering it. And don't forget, my straight grain is right here. So just rotate that. And then cut. And if you're ambitious with this little leftover corner here, you can use die number 12. I think it's 12.1. And cut out little tiny triangles. So I just keep them in a little plastic bag. So, but here's our perfectly cut. For that, let's cut the die number 5 next. We need 16 patches out of that. So I'm just going to fan fold this.
Hi, Teresa. Welcome to the show.
To get my 6 layers. Not going to cut the whole thing because we only need 1 for this segment. Again, straight grain. And our perfectly cut half square triangles. And then out of the red, we are using die number 4. And I'm still going to go ahead and do my 6 layers. So just line it up here. And I'm just watching where I fold it. here. And 3 folds, 6 layers. Make sure I cover up that die, and if you look, this is kind of on the fabric at an angle because I'm actually going with the shape of the die on the board, not with the board itself. And there are our quarter square triangles. Already dog-eared. Let's move this out of the way and lay out our block. So we have, you're going to make the same shape over and over. So you're going to need 16 of these. And it looks like, oh, I need the white. I put it away too soon. 1 more to cut. Thought I was done and I wasn't. Again with die number 4. Okay, so there are my layers. Just going to cover up the die. Okay. Now we're done. So there's one basic shape that repeats in this block, and it is like this. This block is built like this. So you're going to make 16 of these. So I'm going to start by sewing these 2 together.
You had a question real quick?
Okay, question?
Was the previous white cut number 5?
Yes. So, and it is on the pattern. The pattern, I did check. The pattern is out there to download. You need 16 patches of die number 5, 16 of die number 4 in the white, 16 of die number 4 in the red, and 16 of this one, trapezoid. Yeah. It's a fun word.
Nice.
We talked about the zoid.
Trapezoid, yeah.
So, I'm gonna sew these really quick. Somebody got me sewing on turtle here. And then I'm gonna attach these. Look how nicely this lines up.
Hold on. We didn't catch that in the frame there.
Okay. So see how perfectly these line up when you're piecing? This really is a great product. Okay, let me get my doohickey. And I'm going to press this up just like that. This I'm going to press towards the dark. And then I'm just sewing 2 half square triangles together. Oops. And lining up my seams.
Hey Kitty, how are you tonight?
And then again, I'm going to press this towards this dark navy. And you are going to make 16 of these. There is a diagram on the back showing how to piece this together. Oh, so I turn it the right way. Showing how to piece this together, and then you're going to piece the 4 segments to make this spinning wheel. Easy peasy. Looks like a difficult block, but this is not. And you're really, you're lining up these center seams. There's a couple of methods for that. I do press my seams in one direction and in the opposite direction so that my seams are nested so I get those nice center points right there. Easy block. This is already out there available to download. Did I tell you the this kit cost?
No,
is $9.33.
Okay. Oh, this? So somebody came in today and was talking about this here, this guy, and was looking for the thing that makes the little the little jig.
The jig. Yeah, we haven't carried that. I think we might have it at Windmill.
You just did it.
Yeah, it's not difficult. Yeah. Yeah, I did that one. So that is the Jelly Roll rug pattern, except I modified it. So the Jelly Roll rug is oval, and the cat really, really enjoys it. Really. I think they put catnip inside of batting.
Pretty sure they do.
We had just a scrap piece of batting. I was doing something with it, which of course I abandoned after she claimed it, because she has claws and you don't want to try and take it away. But we have a hardwood floor in the living room, and she would run and dive and then slide across the floor on this.
It would have made a great TikTok video, wouldn't it?
It would have. And she's not a young kitty. She's kind of old and likes to sleep a lot, but yeah, they love these. So
it just made me think of it. I saw it on the wall.
Yep.
And they're going to come back around, aren't they?
They
Everybody's
are.
going to start making rugs.
Yeah, the kitties love them, and they're pretty durable.
They're pretty durable.
That's for sure. There's a lot of thread in there. It's one continuous loop, and you just sew in circles. And I wanted to use a stripe to have that, radiating effect. And this one looks like lightning bolts now.
Yeah.
So.
Zeus.
It does, spin a little bit. And then for we're done super early.
We have a giveaway tonight.
We do. We actually have 2. We're giving away something everybody can use.
Somebody wants a class on the rugs. Judy, make note of that.
We can do the Jelly Roll rug class.
Bernadine.
Yeah. Yeah, they're super easy to make. It's just kind of, picking out the jelly roll is the hardest part.
So maybe a couple questions. So how's this wrapped? I mean, it's a special batting, right?
Well, yes. So it's, so there's a couple of battings out there. I've never bought the fusible, and we have tons and tons and tons of scrap batting, and so that's what I used, and then I just zigzagged it together. I just cut it up into 2-inch strips and then zigzag. So you take, or 2.5-inch strips. So it's a jelly roll. So you piece all of your jelly roll pieces together, and then you piece, or buy. The Bozel makes a jelly roll rug kit, and I think you need 2 rolls to finish it. But it's the same size as the jelly roll fabric. You fold it like you were making bias tape. So you fold it raw edges together, and then you fold that in half, and you sew down the middle of that, the whole length of it, the whole however many yards a jelly roll is, and then you zigzag those together. But there's some pointers for you in the classes to how to get it to lay flat.
So you'll never guess what Nina did.
She made a jelly roll rug.
She made rope bowls.
Rope bowls.
So fabric wrapped around rope.
Yep. Similar concept. So I got to ask Nina, when you went to the hardware store and said, I just need some rope. Did they give you little bit of a funny look to say, well, what are you using it for? Because I would have said, oh, nothing. Just some rope and a shovel.
So the question was the rug made with the batting or the rope?
It was made with batting.
Yeah.
So this is just regular quilter's weight batting, and I wanted to make a store sample. And so we literally have a big old shelf that I think we're going to cut into smaller pieces at some point and sell them for craft projects, like super, super cheap, because it's just sitting in there taking up space. And
We do have a pretty tall
or,
thing of batting.
I could save up my Hy-Vee grocery bags because I like to use paper instead of plastic because it's better for the environment, and fill them up full of batting and sell it by the bag.
Bagged batting.
Bags of batting scraps. I just thought of that.
We could do this with some fabric too. To make these little
Grab bags. I think Mona's already doing that.
Yeah,
though.
I think they're grab bags.
So tonight we are giving away USBs. We looked these up. These are 8 gig.
Yeah, so is the Bosel a foam actually, or is it truly a batting?
It is truly a batting. It's not a foam. And they also, I don't know if they still do it, but when this was really popular, it was about a year ago, or maybe 2 years ago. It was before COVID, BC. They had a fusible batting. To me, that's too much effort. Batting has static in it, so you can just press that, strip down, and make your folds, and then go.
So, Dremel wants to know what that fabric is back there.